We are here in the mighty Hiawatha National Forest in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. And I am out with the Chiweenie today, Red. And he's running around in his glory, chasing squirrels again. Got him a safety vest so that we can spot him easier. So today's leg day. I don't really feel like making a video, but it's been a while since I made one. And we've had some health issues with the family, some family members. I appreciate any thoughts and prayers. Mine are with you too, always. Like some of you I don't even know, I haven't met yet. I hope I get to. So just want you to know that. And, thanks for tuning in. Where's Dash Hound? There he is. Hey, buddy. You got one up a tree? Yeah, good boy. Gotta get him. Where'd he go? There he is. Ed, you're running all over the place today. In case you're wondering what the safety glasses are always on for, they have a bifocal right here. 2.5 times. So I'm always working on things. Just seems like I always am. So I've gotten so comfortable with them being on my face, sometimes I forget that I have them on and I go looking for them while I'm wearing them. That's not old people problems. Don't start with that. And also the Medi Lodge. I worked there for a while. I got a lot of people I care about there. Good people. Yep. Anyway, I guess I'll get to it. It was supposed to be raining today. And you see some sunlight there. It's peeking through the trees. It's a nice surprise. Had to check the mouse bucket here. It's got this little pivoting trap door. And there's bait right here. So the mice smell it and they walk back in there and it tips over and they go down in the bucket. It's just a standard Home Depot bucket with these lids. Anyway, not a sponsor, but you know when you're out in the boonies, kind of need something like that. All right, so one of the stretches I like to do is a piriformis stretch. It's a muscle that runs off your rear end here. Kind of can inhibit your mobility in the squat. So you just cross your leg over, the opposite leg, and kind of push your knee down right here. And you want to go for light to moderate discomfort. You're not stretching for range of motion. And it's not recommended that you stretch for range of motion before you do any heavy lifting. Because one of the problems you'll have is if you get a new range of motion, you won't be strong in that range yet. So when you stretch for range of motion, you also want to train for strength in that range of motion. So all we're trying to do is just loosen up the hip and the lumbopelvic hip complex so that we can move freely in a squat. So, and for some reason, my right piriformis muscle is tighter than my left. So you may not have to stretch each one of them equally. What you want to do is stretch till they feel equal, if that makes sense. Now another stretch I like to do is for the rectus femoris. They get really tight on me. So I basically just stand up straight, okay? Reach down and grab my ankle and pull my knee back like this. And you can feel the stretch in the quads, mostly the rectus femoris. You can feel it pulling on the hip. So this will help with flexibility in the squat. Again, I'm not going for range of motion. I'm just trying to get rid of the tightness and stiffness. I am going to warm them up with some squats. We start off with the bar and we start off with some lighter weight. So that's the idea there. We have cars driving by. It's a busy day, I guess. Another thing I like to do after stretching is I like to, since I don't have the reverse hyper here from Rogue, the Westside Barbell Scout, which I like it. Not a sponsor, but I have a PowerTech hyper extension. So I work the low back and the posterior chain a little bit. I'm not trying to get it exhausted, I'm just warming it up. And I think it was Louis Simmons said he used the reverse hyper before squats and deadlifts every time he trained. So he would do some reverse hypers before doing the squats or deadlifts. Don't quote me on that, but I believe I heard that. And then he would do them after. So I started doing that. My back has been feeling so much better. So anyway, this is the hyper extension. So one of the things I want to talk about is getting into the 1,000-pound club, which is a combined total of the bench, the deadlift, and the squat. Now I realize this as I get older, that I have never had a combined total of over 1,000 pounds with those three. Now I'm 58 years old, so it's a late start. And I'm sure a lot of you that work and have families, you know, and you've had to get out there and you know, spend your time doing other things that sometimes were less than ideal. You can relate. But I have no reason to do it for ego or anything. I want to prove it to myself, and I would like to inspire other people, and I would like to do it safe. So before you start an exercise program, make sure that you're healthy enough to do it. You know, just look for red flags, consult with your doctor, and then, make sure that you're moving correctly. That's what I'm working on. I'm working on more hip mobility. I had some SI joint dysfunction. I've had some injuries and syndromes, malfunctions. So, and, you know, the older you get, the more you see those things. So what we're trying to do is live a healthy lifestyle best we can, being able to move pain-free. I want to get to the right depth. I'm not all the way warmed up yet. I'm working on keeping my back in a neutral alignment and getting to the right depth, which should be close to these spotter pins. So I think that's just slightly below parallel. This would be normally an ME day. I'm not ready for MEs yet, which is maximum effort. I am going to work up to probably 225. And then I might go ahead, if I feel good enough, if I feel like I'm moving right, I might go more than that today. The goal is 350, so I'm a long ways away from that. So I'm going to do one more set of 3 just to feel it come down. Make sure that my feet are staying planted, heels on the ground, get to depth, focusing on a neutral spine. All right, now we got 135 on the bar. Still just going for 3. Kind of using those pins to make sure I get deep enough. All right, if you notice, I don't have a belt on yet. This is 205. Still just going for 3. I'm working on that inner abdominal pressure and that core stability. I want to feel it. When I get the belt on, I'll press out against it. I usually don't put it on, well, sometimes I put it on around 200 pounds, but usually 225. This is not the best bar for squatting. This is probably better for powerlifting. It's needle bearings and no center knurl. So sometimes it's hard to feel the center. Like you get used to feeling that knurl back there. It kind of hangs onto your shirt, but it also, if you're sensitive enough like I am, you can feel the knurl to help you center yourself on the bar. Remember to be sensitive. So watch the knees. A little bit of imbalance. I want to feel the drive. All right, so now, got 225, forgot my belt. I'm gonna put my belt on for that one, just in case. I'm 58 years old. I'm wearing a belt. So, I want to be able to live to fight another day. All right, let's go. Now, gripping the floor. I'm in my socks, so I can feel the grip on the floor. I'm going to turn my feet outward a little, keeps my knees from buckling in with knee valgus. Now I'm going to touch with this. Try to drive it up faster. All right. And that felt pretty solid, so I'm going to go up. All right, tighten my belt up. Going for 255. Now, I haven't done more than 225 since May. 225 has been the most I've gone up to. So because I'm kind of following an ME plan like Westside Barbell, the conjugate method would follow. Like I said, I'm not really doing an ME yet, but I'm working up to it. So I might only do 1 rep. I want to see how they feel when I do them. Try not to do them sloppy. That's the thing. It's probably going to happen. Feels good on my back. See how we do on the way down. Down, slow, touch. Oh, didn't touch. Touched on that one. 3, I might go up. What do you think? Go up? I'm going to go up. All right, so we're going to go 275. Now, in the conjugate method, you might only do 1 or 2 reps on an ME. Like I said, this isn't really an ME for me. So, but I am starting to get back in a heavier territory here. So, now that feels heavier on my back. I felt that. So I need to do some accessory work. All right, now I need to focus. Hard to do that with the camera, right? And I felt that push me forward a little, so. Didn't get depth, so I'm gonna do 1 more. So some of that pushing me forward is probably lack of strength in my lower trapezius, my back, posterior chain. That's where accessory work comes in. I'm gonna be doing some of that today. All right, so since I was so close, I decided to load the rest of the bumper plates on. That's all the bumper plates I have here right now. And say a prayer for me, will you? Because I haven't been over 300 pounds since last year. I don't believe it was anyway. It's been a while. I have to check my log books. So 305, I'm just looking for 1. This could be embarrassing. I'm not wearing a diaper. But see what we got here. A little slow coming up, felt all right. A little bit of back pain. So definitely something you need to work on. Don't do that at home if you ain't ready for it. So I'm not gonna bore you with all the accessory work that I'm doing today. We'll cover that in another video and what it does for us. I am certified as a personal trainer by the ISSA, and as comprehensive as their programs are, I don't feel like I've applied them enough. And also there's other information out there and other perspectives like the conjugate method and Westside Barbell. I wanted to take all those things and put them together and let it mesh before I start training anybody again. I want to apply them. I want to feel them. And I think that that's the best way to go about training somebody is if you've actually been through it yourself. Now, I'm no high level class athlete or lifter. So, I have limitations to that, but I am trying to break new ground that I've never broke in my life. And I hope that I can inspire other people to do that. And I hope we can come up with ways to be stronger and to move more pain-free, and also to work on the mental aspects of it. Not just the technique and the technical aspects of it, but also mental health. A lot of people that I talk to, including myself, I've used the gym and weight training more for mental health than I have for physical health. Like, the physical health just comes along as a side benefit. So it's not about being muscular and being able to lift more than everybody else. It's about being the best version of yourself that you can be. And I like to help people do that and affect positive change. And I believe the ISSA, one of their sayings is similar to, let's go out and affect positive change in people's lives. Let's go out and change people's lives. So I believe they meant that to be in a very good way. And that's one of the reasons I like them. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I keep talking. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. I did not steal that from Coop. All right, peace. See you soon.